hi, Corey. I want to thank you for joining me today. Corey is a yoga teacher and she has an awesome program starting. So I wanted to talk to you and find out about what you have coming up on April 24th and how it will help the special needs community and others.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. April 24th, so a little bit about me. I'm a yoga teacher, a 200-hour certified right now. I'm currently working on my 300-hour training, but I'm a mom of four living in Ontario, Canada. And so I started teaching some virtual classes, yoga classes online. And I decided that to offer up a little bit of free yoga, specifically for anxiety, because I know a lot of us right now are having a hard time with everything that's going on in the world. And I don't know about where you are right now, Michelle, but where we are, we're now into another 6-week stay-at-home order. It's just a never-ending battle over here. So I think a lot of us are going through some tough stuff, and I want to be able to offer some tools that I've myself have used over the years and continue to use, and just offer them up and hopefully help other people out. So
with anxiety and yoga, I'm also a yoga teacher, so I know some of these answers, but I'm kind of putting you on the spot because you're not prepared for them maybe, but why yoga for anxiety? What exactly does yoga do for your body to help with anxiety? And is it hard?
So with yoga, and a lot of people might not know this, a lot of people see yoga as just a physical practice. It goes a lot deeper than just the physical practice. You have your breathing and your meditation, your breathing technique, which is pranayama. And with the breath, like for yourself, you're a meditation teacher on top of that. The breath is such a powerful thing in helping to calm the mind. So the combination, like yoga in practicing yoga regularly, it helps to be able to, sorry, I'm fumbling on my words here.
No, I put you on the spot. You weren't prepared for it. So absolutely.
It's okay. So when you're doing yoga, you're
just
doing
having to say it.
the combination of your breathing and your asana, which is your postures, help to calm the mind, help to calm the nervous system. And each time you go through, you take your time to practice breathing or yoga together, you're basically toning your nervous system and your body to respond rather than react to situations. And with anxiety, we're constantly looking to the future, or we feel like there's a lack of control, and this is why we feel this way. This is why a lot of us become anxious. Well,
I think and I think what you were looking for, and I could be wrong, because when you're saying breathing, for those that don't know, with yoga, you are breathing the entire time. So when you do a regular workout that is maybe a cardio workout, of course you're breathing through your workouts, but with yoga, it's every movement. You breathe in, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out.
Yes.
So your breath goes with your movement. And I know you were looking for that because
yes.
So, but like I said, I know I put you on the spot, and it's always finding the words. You can see it in your head. It's like, how do I get this out of my mouth? So how long have you been teaching yoga?
So I have been teaching for about 3 years now. I did 2 years teaching in studio, but then of course with COVID over the last year, I haven't been doing any teaching in studio. Just over the last few months, it's been virtual classes for me.
Yeah, I've seen you've been doing really well. Like I see a lot of your virtual classes online. Like I'm always so excited when I see you post. And I always want to take one of your classes, but My life is different. Like I don't
Yeah.
do mornings because
Mhm.
Josh parties all night.
Yeah.
So every time I look at your class, I'm like, I want to take that class. Oh, it's at 9 a.m. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
getting
know.
up at that time to do that. So because
I
I
know.
definitely want to practice with you. I think that would be awesome.
And we will one day, we're going to get to, we will.
We will. Once COVID is over and we can reunite again,
Mhm.
that would be awesome. And I would love to eventually someday team up and do a special moms workshop with you, special needs moms workshop with you,
That
because
would be fun.
I don't know that you said, but you also have a child with 1p36 deletion syndrome. He's your oldest child. So
Yes,
you totally get what the stressors of being that special needs mom is. Not only that, but you have 3 more children after
yes,
Jaden. So you are a busy, busy mama that needs
for sure,
to
for
take
sure.
that break. So what was it that drove you to yoga?
So, I've been practicing, I want to say since Jaden was really little, like he was diagnosed, he just before his 3rd birthday, and it was around that time that I started to look for something to help me manage, to help deal with this new life that we were, him and I, at the time I was a single mom, are going through. So I happened to find yoga and have been doing that on and off throughout the years. And I felt it helped me like so much to help, like to deal with situations as they arose, like health issues, mostly with him when he was little. We were lucky for a long while, like a good chunk of time there. He didn't have, major health issues, but now we're back at it again with seizures. He's popped up. This is something new for us in 2019, sorry. So it's something that I always kind of come back to. There are times that throughout, the years that I've stopped for a little bit, but in those dark times, those really hard times, I find myself coming right back to it. I'm like, okay, I need to come back to focusing on my breath. I need to come back to meditation. I need to come back to getting on the mat, because that's where I feel like I can help to manage those out of control feelings.
Absolutely.
Get out of those those dark places that, have come
And
up.
that's what yoga did for me too. I always joke because I'm the yoga teacher that doesn't like yoga. I find yoga to be very hard. However, there are definitely times when I go to yoga because that stretch, I think we need that stretching of our fascia to like release our stress and our anxiety. And when I do a flow for anxiety, there are times that I find myself crying because it does release that sense of just sadness and overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why, like I say, I don't like yoga, but I fell in love with yoga because of that. And that's what honestly led me down the path to becoming a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher, being a life coach, like throwing all of those into who I am. Is because yoga is really a powerful tool, and it's so much more than what most people think it is.
Exactly.
Yes, people think asana, which is the movement of yoga, like the positions that everybody's like the crazy positions that people get into. That actually is not the main focus of yoga. That just kind of came, I forget how many years now, but that was one of the last things added to a yoga practice.
And it's the Western, so I didn't mean to cut you off. It's the Western world. It's like, that's what we focus on. That's what they focus on. I don't say we because that is not my personal.
Yes.
I go for it for the inner work.
Yes.
That's where I like to.
And that's where I find mine. That's where we were talking about earlier. That's where I find my peace too, is just sitting in the still. And I am very big on imagery. So I do a lot of guided meditations, and it is just so relaxing. It is, you just feel the stress. And when you're finished, I know when I lead guided meditations, in the beginning, doing it in person is different, right? Because you get to see how people are reacting. Doing it through Zoom, you're like, I don't know what's happening here. Are they feeling this? Are they not feeling this? And when I first started leading the guided meditations on Zoom, people would look at me almost dumbfounded after, and I'm like, oh, this wasn't good. And then people started saying, this was amazing. Like, this was what I needed. And that is the thing about meditation, is it's what made me fall. Shavasana and being in that resting pose after a nice flow was what made me fall in love with yoga. There is no greater peace to me than that.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that you're doing this. And I was so happy when you said you were doing an anxiety class, because I know I've done those, and the release that you can get sometimes from an anxiety flow, and everybody's different. So I'm a little hormonal, so I cry easily. So everybody's different. Your bodies will all feel different. Everybody's different, but I was really excited when I saw you doing that. Like, yes.
Yes, I'm so thrilled. I've done a few, not anxiety directly, but in my classes, I'll throw in little bits here and there, little tidbits of information, or types of breath work and that sort of stuff to help with the calming of the anxiety. Because a lot of people have come into my classes recently. It's like depression and anxiety, and anxiety. That's what it is right now.
It's been
Everyone's going
year.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I always joke now, what people are starting to feel is a typical life for a special needs parent. Like what people have gone through with COVID, and they're like complaining to me about, and it's fine. I get it. Like but it's like, yes, that's what most special needs parents, especially of children that are severely affected by their disability, that's what we feel on a daily basis. And, the lack of services, then being at home. And I'm like, yes.
Like, the isolation is so real.
it really is. And that's, I think, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today, because I mean, in the special needs community, I think it's so important to have a practice, even if it's not yoga, to find some kind of movement and release, because we need it to reduce that inflammation in our body. And I know I talk about that a lot, but if you can't reduce that inflammation, you are going to get sick. It's going to become too much. And so what you're doing is so important. I'm so proud of you. I love watching you grow and I love watching your practices too, because you do like little mini practices that you'll show in your Instagram feed. And you can find Corey at Corey Michelle Yoga Wellness on Instagram and watch some of her videos and get to know her. Follow her. She's always posting different classes. Again, that's Corey Michelle Yoga Fitness, CorrieMichelle Yoga Wellness.
Thank you so much.